Oh, I can't think of a funny introduction for this one because I'm a little bit irritated. You see, Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko, that's not him on the ground right there. That's just a Ukrainian patriot who wanted to peacefully protest in support of his own government. But he was protesting against these people here in Donbass. And this is how they feel about you, okay? Well, Petro Poroshenko, again, that's not him either. These are locals. We're local. Look how low we get along with the local people. We're local, just like they are, right? So he's complaining about this Russian reconstruction of the Soviet Union and how basically Russia has been fomenting terrorism in East Ukraine. This terrorism has caused catastrophic environmental damage. When Ukraine finally got a little bit of its forces together and finally went forward a little bit, reclaimed a couple of coal mines. And guess what? They were flooded before they got there. They've been basically behaving the same way Islamic State does in Ukraine. They're killing their opposition. That guy that got beaten, that was before the separatists even showed up there. That was a pro Crimea activist right there, sitting there being kicked while he's down. This is a video that you can find. It's about 15 minutes. A couple of guys get pummeled, and ooh. So what I'm pissed about is Petro Poroshenko goes in front of the climate summit and talks about the terrorism that's going on in his country. And you want to talk about an environmental disaster invading a country, okay, and just destroying infrastructure and just bombing and shelling and artillery, okay? That's a hell of an environmental disaster. And I think it's pretty relevant, okay? And Petro Poroshenko has every right to bring it up. But apparently, the reporters in France have gotten all upset about this. Now, I sympathize with France. I support France. I have my second largest percentage of blood is French. I'm from New Orleans, baby. Okay, we're French here. Like we love France here. It's kind of like our sister country. Um, it's just about our culture here. Well, that is not a star map. Those are people, okay? Those are people that protested so Ukraine could be free of Putin's tyranny, basically. And France is going to sit there and say Petro Poroshenko has no right to use the Paris attacks as a platform to bring attention to his own country. Well, you see here, dearies, Islamic State is Russian. Russia created Islamic State. We didn't create Islamic State. President Bush didn't create Islamic State. Barack Obama's withdrawal from Iraq did not create Islamic State. Because guess what? Bush didn't fucking invade Syria, did he? President Obama didn't withdraw troops from Syria, did he? So our actions in Iraq caused Bashar Assad to barrel bomb the old Damascus marketplace. Our actions. So George Bush made Assad barrel bomb his own fucking people. Because just looking at the surface of the story, not even going in as in depth as I go in on this channel, that's what blaming Obama or Bush for Islamic State equates to. It's basically saying they made Bashar al-Assad barrel bomb his own people. Because while Iraq neighbors Syria, the connection between these two events Not our fault at all. Guess whose fault it is? Directly, intentionally. Russia. It's Putin's. The whole thing is Putin's baby. Okay? While we had troops in Iraq, Putin was supporting the Assad regime. Okay? And Assad was supporting the Ba'athist in Fallujah. Oh, yeah. You know all those roadside bombs that were killing thousands of American troops every month? From Russia, with no love, my friends. You know who got all the oil fields that didn't get attacked by terrorists? Russia and China. Oh. So we went there to get oil, but Russia's the only one who really got any. Isn't that lovely? Well, so just in the past year, 5,000 people have been killed in Ukraine. Okay? Not 100, 5,000. And right now, Russia is advancing again. Okay? These Russian combined forces, that is, you got a few local criminals, okay? And Russian actual fuck troops, and most of the separatists are supposed volunteers from within the greater Soviet Union. They consider themselves to be Soviet militia. That's their words. Well, some interesting proof regarding my little theory that Islamic State is supported by Russia. Well, this recent dispute about Islamic State's oil sales. Islamic State supposedly sells oil to Turkey and CIA supplies blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. The United States State Department released factual, verifiable information. The computer money trail. Okay? And the money trail says that Islamic State's only client, its main client for all the oil that they could track, it was getting sold to Bashar Assad. It was getting sold to the Syrian regime. Now, Islamic State hasn't had any battles with the Syrian regime. No major battles. They've had a couple of artillery rounds shared from a distance. Okay, when they got close to each other. And that could have just been put on for fucking reporters. There's never actually been a real battle between the Assad regime and Islamic State. However, they had enough firepower to take down a bunch of American-equipped and American-trained people in Mosul right after MH17 was down by Russian troops in Donbass. Right after MH17 was down by Russian troops in Donbass, suddenly Mosul fell to this supposed Syrian rebel group who came from Chechnya. And if you're new to this channel, the leader of Chechnya was mustering forces, this is documented and provable, saying that he was going to send them to Donbass to help fight against Ukraine. Well, after that, Donbass simmered down, and the day after, Mosul fell. Okay, the day after MH17, and a week after these troops were on TV mustering, Mosul fell. Okay, they had enough Russian weapons to be able to take on people equipped with our weapons, and then stole a bunch of American weapons. We never gave weapons directly to Islamic State. We had our disastrous little train and equip program, and there was allegedly a while back some video of some wooden crates with like grenades and shit, right? Anybody remember seeing that? RPG rounds? Nobody ever confirmed where that stuff came from. All we know is that Islamic State got it. And it looked like it was being dropped near the Kurds. We were told it was dropped near the Kurds, but they never actually showed a map on any of the reports I saw. Well, Okay. So in this exchange between Turkey and Russia, President Erdogan has cited the United States documents that were released publicly that show Bashar al-Assad has been buying oil from the Islamic State. That is, the Russian puppet regime has been buying oil from the people who I have already proven were deployed from Chechnya by a guy named Kadyrov. Okay? Now, Kadyrov was supposedly one of the rebel fighters, the rebel commanders in Chechnya. He fought against Putin, supposedly. This is how full of shit the regular media coverage and all these fucking troll YouTube channels are. They don't even bother telling you anything about Ukraine, other than there's Nazis and they provoked the CIA started and all this bullshit. They don't actually tell you, oh, Russian people are fucking just going in there and killing people just for being fucking Ukrainian. They were just disappearing people in Crimea for being Ukrainian nationalist activists. I mean, just like, imagine if you got disappeared for standing in America saying, I love America, I want America to be America. Because that's all these people were saying. Okay? We're talking different ethnicities. We're talking whites, Jews, Muslims, Christians, Jews, and Muslims. Okay? All waving blue and yellow and just getting attacked for it in East Ukraine because they were a little bit in the minority. Because in the past 20 years, Russia has sent massive waves of migrants. Yes, Russian immigration to Ukraine has skyrocketed since the fall of the Cold War. And all these people who were fed all this propaganda, they either left or they drank too much Kool-Aid and started hating the Ukrainian people. Okay? And where they left to usually was decided on that. You know, some people actually evacuated Donbass and went to Russia. Some evacuated Donbass and went to Ukraine, you know, the rest of Ukraine, and in Poland and in Germany and other places. But see this guy Kadyrov, and this is, I'm just trying to tie all these things together. You know, I don't have a teleprompter or anything. You know, hi, I'm a personality on YouTube and I read every fucking thing I supposedly say and think. Blah, 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 blah. No, I'm not one of those fucking people. Okay? You ever ranted in the mirror? Just look at yourself and bitch? That's what I'm doing right now. I'm looking at myself and I'm bitching. Man. Okay. So this guy, Kadyrov. A little bit of ADD. A little bit. Okay. Kadyrov, yes. Leadership. Yeah. He got some leadership. After fighting as a terrorist, after being a terrorist against the Russian regime. Guess who Putin kind of appointed to be president of Chechnya? Or mayor of Grad, something. He's in charge of this fucking area. Okay? And he's the commander in chief of these fucking troops. And they're basically a Chechen nationalist militia that is all Muslim. And they were screaming Allah Akbar right in front of Kadyrov. And he's got his little Muslim thing on because Chechnya is basically a Muslim thing. It's got a little Muslim signal on its flag. And they're doing Allah Akbars. Saying, we're going to Donbass. Then MH17 happened. Person shot it down. And Mosul just magically fucking fell. But that's Obama and Bush's fault, right? How? Again, did Obama or Bush make Bashar al-Assad bomb the Syrian regime? Did Obama or Bush deploy the fucking troops from Chechnya? No. And is Obama or Bush responsible for the actions of Russian leadership? Are we in... Is it like these fucking dumbass conspiracy shill fucking network people say and America is just, or like the elite is in control of everything and they're all cooperating. These people aren't fucking cooperating. Do you know anything about rich people? Have you ever met a rich person? They don't cooperate. They compete. They compete. They're out to get each other. They're not all in cahoots against us. They want to see who can make the most money off of us. They need us. We buy their shit. We're the reason why they're rich. Hello? There's just one fucking bullshit fucking concept after another. And it's tedious. I have notes, but I'm still ranting, okay? Oh, okay. Oh, well, why didn't Obama attack these targets in Syria? We knew about these targets. Oh, Obama's helping ISIL because he's not targeting the. Why did France get to suddenly come in there and do it? I don't know if you fucking noticed, but Russia made an announcement to its entire military to allow France to go in there and bomb whoever the fuck they wanted to bomb. So if anybody's behind the fucking shooting in France, it's Russia. Because Russia's trying to look more international, trying to look more like they're fighting the terrorists, not funding terrorists. The reason why Obama couldn't bomb is because those targets were in range of Russian missile batteries. Hello? We're in an active war with Russia right now. Wake the fuck up, people. It's tense and standoffish. But there ain't no warm fuzzies. Nobody's singing kumbaya over there. Here, let you come fly near my shit and bomb these guys. You think Russia's been avoiding bombing Islamic State and then is gonna let us come in and do it? No, they let France in because A, pressure, and B, opportunity. They couldn't seize upon the opportunity unless they responded reasonably to the pressure. All right. So Erdogan comes out and says, the United States has released documents proving that Syria's, well, Putin's Assad regime is the one buying the oil from Islamic State. Okay? And if you compare the media campaign in Donbass with the, and from since the Maidan, okay, if you compare the media campaigns between Russia and the Islamic State, you'll find that their production practices and quality are identical. Okay? All their propaganda, all their fake shit is all the same in eerie little ways, okay? In subtle little ways, I should say. Well, what Erdogan said is that his military has seized, I'm finally on the notes, so this video might end sometime reasonably soon. Might not. You never know. Okay. It has seized 79 million liters of oil from Islamic State, attempting to get it out of the country northerly, possibly to supply the Kurdish Communist Party, which has caused a rebellion in far eastern Turkey, known as is it the YPG or the PPG? The communists that Erdogan doesn't like, okay, the Kurdish terrorists, the ones that were kind of meandering the fuck around Mosul until the real Kurds got there. You know, the Kurds that we were supporting and that Turkey was supporting got there and actually have taken back Mosul. You know, and the other cities that they've taken back. They're these little. And the claim made by the sellout media is that Erdogan's attacking people that are attacking ISIL. These guys aren't really attacking ISIL. They're just kind of fucking hanging out in their own little places. And they're not having much of an effect. And then the bulk of the Kurds, like the ones who fight with the women and everything, They go in there and they kick ass and take names and chew bubble gum. They run out of bubble gum real quick. And yeah, I, you can call that a joke if you want. Moving on, moving on, moving on. So now, as far as what he said he did with it, he said he took the oil, 79 million liters of oil from Islamic State, and has destroyed it. His military destroyed the oil. Now, I personally think that's the one thing he's lying about, because he would be getting shit from environmental concerned leaders like Obama, for instance, if he did that. And there's very legitimate motivation for him to lie about this. See, after Syria settles down, assuming it will eventually settle down, if Erdogan takes the oil that Islamic State illegally extracted from Syrian territory, then the Syrian people have the right to sue for financial compensation. Yeah. All the smart little insights you get on this fucking channel. And what is going like if you don't subscribe to this channel, just congratulations on your life of cluelessness, because I can't find anybody else who's actually just saying fucking common sense. I can't find a single actual patriot on YouTube who isn't using their platform of pseudo patriotism just to foment more hatred between people. Okay? That's not to say all YouTube channels are bad. I've got some good friends like Real Crusades History, Jesus or Muhammad, Political Islam. But you notice the people who are really informed about issues are not on this subject. As far as this subject is concerned, as far as World War III, as far as what Alex Jones is talking about but isn't giving you the fucking full story of, right here. Only place you're going to get any decent information. So, yeah. Just bragging on myself there. Sorry about that. But it just kind of pisses me off when I see completely dishonest videos, complete manipulation coming straight from the fucking Kremlin, and it's got hundreds of thousands of views. I'm not sitting here being petty because my videos get a couple hundred views in a week. But that means there's 100,000 people being completely bullshitted and led astray. Huh? How am I going to look at that and think it's a good thing? You know? So anyway. So the Russian puppet state in Syria has now proven once again how much it loves ISIL. And Syria's and just to show how much it truly loves the Islamic State, how much it just wouldn't be able to resist the West without Islamic State, causing all this bullshit and confusion. Okay? That's all it's about. It's about bullshitting and confusion so Russia can have its fucking power base and you know, operate the revolving door a little while before they replace the head. Okay, Assad's gonna go, but Russia's trying to manipulate the scene behind the scenes. I know it. Just fucking know it. I don't have any proof of that. But anybody who's been a Ukrainian activist for the past few years knows it. Okay? It's like, what does a car do? It drives. What does Russia do? This. Fuck shit. And by Russia, obviously, I don't mean the Russian people. I mean Putin's horde. Okay? He considers himself a con. Con artist. Khan. Khan. Yeah. Khan. Huh. Anyway. But yes, to prove just how much they love Islamic State, Bashar al-Assad has just released the wife, one of the wives, of the Islamic State leader, al-Baghdadi. Oh, nice for him. So Putin's little puppet has just released the wife of al-Baghdadi in exchange for a few Lebanese soldiers, supposedly. I'd be keeping an eye on who the fuck these people were that supposedly got released. Right? It's just it's ridiculous. They probably weren't even prisoners. They're here. We need these guys to come over here and give you some intelligence and stuff like that. Yeah, give us back the wife of al-Baghdadi. Oh my God. See, al-Baghdadi's had long. Al-Baghdadi was a Ba'athist commander. He worked for Saddam Hussein. Okay, and he used to be that guy in Fallujah who was basically the radical Sunni leader of the Baathists in Fallujah. You know, the place where we got all our IEDs from. He was commander there, where Assad was supplying explosives for IEDs that killed American troops, explosives that came from Russia. But now he's the leader of the Islamic State. Now, I suppose in that respect, you could hopscotch around and say that, oh, well, he would have never been the one to gain power in Syria if we didn't invade and withdraw from Iraq. Bit of a stretch, don't you think? You don't think Russia would have found somebody else? Hell, they found Kadyrov. Kadyrov, they used to say, was a terrorist, and Kadyrov is now in charge of a fucking Russian province. These people like AMTV, Alex Jones, even all the other flat Earth fucking channels that I can fucking find anymore, they just don't have any desire to give you the truth. They're just fucking making money with their poor fucking scientific analysis and just video clips. Just video clips. They clip together a bunch of fucking videos. Then they tell you what people have already fucking basically covered as far as flat Earth shit goes. And then it's always just an avenue to get you back to accusing the New World Order. Oh. The CIA invented Al-Qaeda to help establish the New World Order by bringing down the Trade Center. Oh, what? The fucking Trade Center was the foundational cornerstone of the supposed New World Order. So how the fuck are you going to tell me they're trying to create the New World Order by destroying the New World Order? How do you get this fucking stupid? Just like saying the fucking CIA is somehow... How did the fuck the CIA create Islamic State? Because you got a picture of... what's his name? You know, fuck, what John McCain. John McCain. That's Dick Cheney. Yeah. What the fuck? John McCain. John McCain pictured with an Arab guy who kind of looks a little bit like al-Baghdadi, but about 20 years younger. Okay, 20 years younger. Guy barely looks 30. Al-Baghdadi's in his fucking late 50s. Anyway, get real. Just fucking get real. And go find these fucking shill channels and send people here. Tell people that they're fucking lying on those channels and that the crazy Jesus guy has some truth for them. I don't care if you make jokes about me. By all means. You could even, this guy's so full of shit, even the crazy Jesus guy makes more sense than he does. I don't care. Get the truth out. Get people to come here. Do something. Because this is out of hand how far from reality most people's understanding of it has become. Okay. So, wife and I, I'm about to get a leader. Yeah, that's about all I got on the notes. I had like some random shit kind of penciled into some other places there, but I already talked about that. Um, this is nothing to do with the channel. I pick up these for grocery lists and all kinds of other shit. Okay, so I guess that's about it. If you found this video informative and you think my jokes aren't that horrible, you could click the thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to scale back the content I upload, so when I upload a video, it's probably going to be some pretty important information. My wife and I do these news recaps probably about once a week, it seems. And that's usually covering current events and how they need to be pieced together to understand them the way, obviously CNN isn't fucking going to because they're just worthless. Fox News isn't going to because they're crazy. And MSNBC isn't going to because they're cowards. So if you want people to just fucking be people again, okay? If you want the truth to just be the truth again, you, people watching this right now, you are humanity's only hope. So please, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you click like. Okay, it helps because I get fucking trolls who subscribe to my channel just to click thumbs down on videos right after I upload them. Oh, I bet you these guys have real pretty girlfriends. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Good night, everybody. Good day. Fucking